Hey, how's it going? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Whitney and I'm a fragrance and flavor enthusiast. Here on my channel, we mostly explore fragrances, but I sometimes like to throw in other content here and there just for fun. Before we get started, I just want to say thank you to everyone that has viewed, liked, commented, shared, and subscribed. So today I will be sharing with you guys the signature scent worthy fragrances in my collection. So I don't have a signature scent, right? And I don't really intend on having one. Like basically for me, a signature scent is a fragrance that people recognize you from wearing because you wear it so much, and I don't necessarily want to be like known or boxed in to one fragrance. But I figured I would give it a shot because I have a few fragrances in my collection that I feel would fit that signature scent category. And for me, a signature scent is a fragrance that I feel like could be worn year round for pretty much any situation. And it's also one that I feel like I could wear without being challenged by it or getting annoyed by it. So it's something that feels effortless and like basically like a no-brainer kind of scent as well. And ideally for me, a signature scent is one that is still in production, so gaining access to it is easy. So like I said earlier, having a signature scent is not necessarily my style, but because I have these scents that are signature worthy, I'm going to share them with you. So let's just get right into it. So first up, I have a fragrance that's pretty familiar to my channel now, and that's okay because it's good. And that scent is Signorina Miele from Fragranza. So this is actually an impression of Dior's Miss Dior Cherie, the 2005 formulation. And this is one that I feel would be a beautiful signature scent because it has so many facets to it. It has like a freshness, a floralness to it, a gourmand quality about it. It's sparkly, and I feel like there's like a classic simplicity about this that makes it an easy reach for me, and it can work so well for different occasions. Like I feel like this is one that could be worn to a wedding, as a bride even, or just hanging out, because it's not like overly, like it doesn't feel like it's doing too much at all, and it also performs quite well. And I could see this being like an easy reach for all different seasons. Like it shines in warmer weather, but it also works very well in cooler weather as well. So that's why it's on my list. So next up, I have a fragrance that's literally called Signature, and it's Signature from Montblanc. And this is another scent that I feel has the potential for use in a whole bunch of situations. It again smells quite simple and fresh and clean smelling, like to me kind of like laundry fresh, but it kind of has like an airy quality to it. And even though it has like an airiness to it, I feel like it does perform quite well on me, where other people would be able to smell it on me even though there's like a lightness to it. And this is one that I feel again can be worn not only for different occasions, but also for different seasons. Like I'm considering this being one that I wear more in the spring and summer, but in the cooler weather, this one really smells quite nice. And I'm super excited to have it in my collection. So next up, we have a scent that I recently discovered is being, or has already been, discontinued, and that is Jimmy Choo's Illicit. And this is one that you can find at quite a lot of discount stores. So as of right now, I feel like it wouldn't be too difficult to find this fragrance. But for me, Jimmy Choo Illicit is one that I feel, again, I'm noticing a trend here. There's like, this is also another kind of sparkly scent like the other two that I've mentioned, but there's like a sweetness, and it also has like some other tones to it that make it a little bit, that make it stand out. So there's that spicy factor from the ginger that I feel helps it to stand out, but it also contains florals that add that feminine touch to it. And what I like about Jimmy Choo Illicit is that it is another good performer on me, and it also again is one that I feel has different uses. But I will say, if I wanted to be more like laid back, I would spray less, just less. But if I wanted to like wear this going out, or I wanted to make more of a statement, I would definitely wear more of the scent, because I feel like it's one that has the potential to wear a little bit more closely depending on the application. Not saying that this is like a heavy hitter or anything like that, but when I've worn it where I've sprayed a lot more of it, I feel like I was able to get more out of the fragrance. But not saying that I have performance issues or anything like that, but just giving you a heads up. So next up, I have a kind of 2-for-1 potentially, and you'll see why. So the signature scent that I want to discuss is Jardin Exclusif, and this is a little decant sample-y thingy that I got from FragranceSline.com. And I feel like this would be a perfect signature scent for me because it has so much going on. It has like a floral side, a gourmand side, a citrus, fresh, fruity, salty. There's just like a lot going on, but I feel like it's like blended in a way that I really, really appreciate. Yeah. And with this scent, I feel like, again, because it has like, this one is one where I feel like there's a lot going on. Not saying that it smells confusing or anything like that. I just feel like because it has so much going on, but it's done in a way that doesn't smell like overwhelming to me. I again feel like there's a lot of different uses for this. And I know before I've said, with the simplicity, there's a lot of uses, but because this is a complex scent that doesn't smell crazy to me, I feel like this is a good choice for a bunch of different occasions. Like I could see this being a scent that I would wear going out, but also running errands. But again, being strategic with how much I would apply to myself. And this is definitely a fragrance that I would consider getting a full bottle of. Now, the reason why I said this was a 2-part ting is because I have Enchanted Garden from BeLayered. And the thing about Enchanted Garden is it's listed as a fragrance that's like an original creation from BeLayered, but I don't necessarily agree, only because my experience is seeing that they have a lot of fragrances that are actually impressions, or at least very close to like popular fragrances. So for me, I'm like, I wasn't convinced that Enchanted Garden was an original. No offense, sorry, but I do really like it. I got a sample of Enchanted Garden from BeLayered, and I really liked it. And I liked it so much that I ended up getting the full bottle of it. But I will say that the juice in here doesn't smell to me straight from the bottle the same as the scent from the sample that I got from them. But when I wear this scent, it definitely dries down the same. So I was happy about that. And it also toned down a lot more the longer I've had it in my collection. Because at first, this version, like this particular juice of Enchanted Garden was like so strong that it was actually pretty much unwearable. Like one spray would fill up an entire room, but having it in my collection for longer and using it and it getting aerated and all that stuff has gotten it to like tone down a bit and not give me like an instant headache. But I'm convinced that Jardin Exclusif is the inspiration behind Enchanted Garden, just with that name, as well as certain notes that I'm picking up in Enchanted Garden that aren't listed are actually featured in Jardin Exclusif. So like there's an apple note that I pick up in Enchanted Garden, as well as this salty aquatic quality, which I discovered could be the ambergris note that's in Jardin Exclusif. So I know I went on a bit of a tangent, but basically for me, the reason even behind me getting Enchanted Garden was I was looking for like a soapy, fruity kind of scent, and this does do that. And I feel like for a signature scent, something that smells sweet and clean is like a no-brainer for me. And because of the performance being so good, and I mean, I've had this for a while, and you could see like how much I've used. And when I say wow, maybe a year? Child, I don't remember. Long enough, and I have a decent collection and everything, but I have been like using this throughout me growing my collection and thing. But what I will say is I do like this just because of its complexity, but also has like a well-blended nature to it. But it performs very well and satisfies that need of having like a clean smelling sweet scent that outlasts a lot of scents with that kind of profile. So next up I have Prada La Femme from Prada, and this is one that I feel is how I want to smell. And when I first smelled this, I was like in love because it smelled like literally just everything that I would want in a fragrance for like an everyday choice. And I don't really have an everyday scent. Who am I kidding? I don't have an everyday scent. But when I first got this, I was finding myself reaching for this practically every day and then convincing myself to just wear something else. That's how good it is to me, because it has like, again, that kind of soapy but sweet scent to me that I feel smells so good. And there's also like kind of like a tropical vibe to it with the yellow florals, and I think there may be beeswax in here. I'm not entirely sure, but there is tuberose in here, which is one of my favorite florals as well. So it's like there's a lot going on in here that I do like, and that suits me and my personality as well as where I live. Because we don't really have seasons here, I feel like for the most part, for me, a signature scent needs to be one that can definitely be worn when it's hot outside and a little bit even, you know, rainy sometimes. But for the most part, this is one that I could see myself just wearing no matter where I am in the world and no matter what I'm doing. And the performance is there for me. This is one that I feel has like, again, it's one that I feel, not saying it's like a skin scent, but it's one that when it dries down, what is left is something that I feel smells very inviting and beautiful. So yeah, I wouldn't be too mad if Prada La Femme was like, if I had to pick one scent, bold statement here, but if I had to pick one scent just forever, Prada La Femme might be it, which surprised me. So last up for the signature scent choices in my collection, I have Juliette Has a Gun, Not a Perfume Superdose, and I have it here in the travel size. Yeah, this is one that I feel like is a little hard to explain, right? But it kind of doesn't have like, it's kind of one that, how do I explain it? Okay. I know it's there, but it's hard to describe. It has like a cleanness to it, like a woody, musky quality to it, but I don't think it's necessarily one that would be like, oh yeah, that smells floral. Oh yeah, even though I gave descriptive words, right? That's the best I can do. Honestly, it's the best I can do. I'm pretty sure this is, I'm not sure if it's Ambroxan or Cedalox, but it has that aroma chemical. I think the only note in here is the aroma chemical note, but it basically is like one that enhances a fragrance in terms of its projection as well as I guess you could say noticeability. And for me, I literally don't need more than 3 sprays max, and even that may be pushing it because of the performance in this. And I've had this for nearly a year now, and I use it pretty regularly, and you could see I'm like pretty much only like halfway through this because I don't need to use a lot of it for it to do its job. But it's an addictive scent. Like it has like, there's something that smells so familiar about it as well, but it doesn't smell like anything specific. And the reason why I would choose this as a signature scent is because of its uniqueness. And I feel like this is a kind of fragrance that really does, like, I guess the right word would be evolve based on the wearer. And that's what I like about it. And I feel like it's something that would help me like to stand out even more than I do. And again, I don't have any issues with performance. I feel like this is one that I can pick up smelling on myself from morning till evening. And I really do like that about this. And I also like that I don't need a lot of it for it to like perform well for me. And I don't get sick of it. I do feel like going too heavy-handed would get annoying with this particular kind of scent. But literally, I've sprayed it like on my chest and then like one on each arm, and that would be enough. But any more than that would get kind of irritating. Not saying this is like an irritating scent to me or anything, but sometimes you just gotta be strategic because you don't want to be like annoyed by your own fragrance, especially if you plan on wearing it the whole day, you know what I mean? So that's all of the fragrances I have to share with you today, guys. Let me know down below if you have a signature scent and what it is. Tell me. So if you liked today's video, please give it a like. And if you're not subscribed already, I would really appreciate a subscribe from you. And if you want to support my channel even more, you can buy me a bubble tea. All the info is down below in the description box. So as always, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you, and I will see you later. Bye! So next up we have a fragrance that its name makes it an obvious choice for this list, but also its scent. I'm trying to make a joke here. Not funny. Nothing about that pain. Even almost near echo in so much space. Without touch. And because you didn't know enough. It's so simple in terms of how it smells that I feel like it has a lot of places that it could. No.